Tulum sits among Mayan ruins, the Sea Encounter Nature Reserve, blue sky, blue sea, white beaches. It's easy to see why people want to come here. But the popularity and the crowds is also what is threatening, what is making this space so very special. Where are we going, Anna?
It is important to set them free in this beach because in the future they're gonna get back to put their nest here.
The tourism rush took off in the early 2000s and now several millions visit every year. Environmental protection has not kept pace with the growth.
In the Mexican Caribbean, the main threats for sea turtles are hotels, development, the encroachment over their nesting grounds. Sea turtles have been around for millions and millions of years, and it's incredible. In a little bit more than a century, we're bringing them to extinction.
It's 8 o'clock on a Saturday. I'm standing on Scassell Beach. This sounds like David Attenborough. No, let's not do that. If I walk 10 kilometers that way, I end up in Tulum. Yet on a Saturday night, there's no lights, there's no music, because this is a turtle sanctuary. And we've been given special permission to be here and film tonight to see when the turtles come and lay their eggs.
Right now we have a turtle in here. She's laying the eggs, so we need to be a little bit quiet. It's important for us to use red light because the eyes of the turtle, they are really sensitive. Bright lights, they really harm their eyes.
Tell me what's going on.
They need to see if the turtle is already tagged. If she isn't tagged, they're going to tag the turtle because with that tag, we can identify the turtle and see if it's the first time that the turtle came out at the beach and is laying the eggs right now. They are also checking all the shell because, and some of them, they have injuries and they need to take care of them in a hospital. My partners are already marked the nest. Right now, the turtle, they're going to start throwing a lot of sand. The bright light, they get deorientated. With the little ones, it's also it's a big problem because they try to follow the shine of the moon. So when they came out of the nest and they saw a bright light and it's not the moon, they start following that light. That's why sometimes we have turtles in the roads and in different places instead of the ocean.
Do you think they're luxury animals in that they like nice beaches?
Yes, of course, yes. Sea turtles like beautiful beaches, just as tourists like beautiful beaches and hotels like beautiful beaches. That's one of the tragedies of sea turtles. And they also like to come in our summertime, from May to October, and that's our main tourist season.
Habitat is one of the newer hotels and was built with the environment in mind. Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Habitat is, I guess you can say, we believe in this idea of a global community. We are in Tulum at Habitat Tulum, which is our flagship hotel. Many people come in and they'll just, bulldoze through the trees and, whatever else it is to be able to build more rooms. No, take the opposite approach. How many rooms can you actually build? What type of an experience can you actually create within whatever the landscape allows us? Most of our rooms, everything that's here is very asset light. Everything was built above ground very, very quickly, very sustainably. So rather than having an underground water cistern where you have to have diesel trucks coming in and out delivering 10,000 liters of water per day, we're using a reverse osmosis plant to be able to actually, tap into fresh water. I think it's the responsibility of the business owners here to actually educate the people that are coming in and out to be able to preserve the magic of this place.
The sounds, the music, the lights, all of that could cause problems for the turtles about to hatch. We know they hatch at the same time, and that ensures that at least some of the babies survive. But it was recently discovered that the way they coordinate this is that they communicate between the eggs using sound. They scratch the inside of the eggs, they crack the shell, poke their head out, and of course sound and bass will disrupt that really beautiful little communication there between the baby turtles. What music would be the worst for a turtle inside the egg?
The reggaeton. It's not only that it's a bad music, but I think that the vibrations that they produce, boom, 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 making these vibrations, they go deep in the underground. The biggest problem that we have here in Riviera Maya is the amount of people that are coming to this place because they need different kind of services, like sewage system, drinking water. The underground rivers are serving as a kind of sewage system for most of the people that are living in the Riviera Maya. So the water that is coming out in the cenotes are polluted, and they are delivering polluted water into the coast. The coasts are completely saturated with these pollutants, and the pollutants make the sea turtles get sick. They are developing a disease in the skin that is called fibropapillomatosis. It's a kind of tumor that grows in the skin of the sea turtle.
I'm waiting for Alessandro Riato, who's a cave explorer and cartographer. Hey Alex.
Good morning, Klaus.
Hey, good. Where are we going today?
Today we are going diving in a beautiful cenote named Chanchemoyil South.
A cenote being an open water body that connects to the underground river system. Tulum on the Yucatan Peninsula sits on top a complex network of underground rivers. He's been mapping the caves here for years.
Start our dive in this direction, turning around this beautiful opening. The cave starts at the very end on the left. We will take this passage after 2.5 hours swimming brings us to the cenote Xunanca, which is the main cenote of the cave system.
Okay, and how do we make sure we don't die?
I have 2 tanks completely separated. If one fails, I have a redundant backup.
We're going diving to understand how quickly polluted water ends up in the ocean.
To navigate in the cave systems, it's necessary to swim always close to a line. The line is in thin nylon strings, and with that one, we always find our corridor to come back to our exit. The buoyancy is super important. The slow flow makes the sediment deposit on a thick layer on the bottom, and so any movement close to the bottom reduces dramatically the visibility. So as it seems a beautiful place, it could transform in a milky situation. Well, a scenario that could be stressful for some divers in the cave, it is exactly to don't know where is the exit, having not the possibility to see instruments, to see any direction, if you don't follow strictly the safety procedure. The water of the cenote is 100% rainy water. The Yucatan platform has no springs, has no rivers. All the water we have underground comes from rain, which filters slowly into the porous rocks and accumulate underground. We have another layer of water which comes from the ocean, stays deeper because it's more dense. And so the fresh water literally floats on top of the salt water. It's called halocline. A halocline means a difference in density. It is an unbelievable effect and change completely the refraction level, and so create some sort of magic vision. And everything filters through it. Any liquid, any contaminant, other products that could be solved by the water arrive sooner or later into the aquifer. And not all bacteria are dangerous for our health. Some of the bacteria, they are part of the ecosystem, but for sure the bacteria coming from human waste, those should not be part of the ecosystem.
You don't like diving in a toilet?
Actually not.
No?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
I've been called to explore the Iscasel Bay by the University of Quintana Roo to find out another reason to don't give a permission to build a hotel. This is the new place. They are pulling down all the vegetation. This is the cenote where we started the dive, and we went up this way. They tried to build the hotels several times. And one of those times we could impede exactly with this exploration.
Amigo de Siancan is working to preserve the connectivity between the tropical forest, the underground water system that we have, the coastal wetlands, and the coral reef. We have the largest marine protected area in Mesoamerica. However, inland, most of the land is not protected. We have some pollution, either from agriculture or from urban waste. We need other regulations, other policy tools to protect natural resources, improving the construction on the beach, improvement of the wastewater treatment plants. The future development of Tulum is viable, but we need to act fast in improving the way it is growing.
The growth in this area has no sign of slowing down at all. And the effects of all this could be detrimental without proper coordinated management of development and environmental regulations. Is it a choice, turtles or tourists?
It shouldn't be. It should be simple if it had been done from the beginning, but it hasn't been done from the beginning. So now our problem is that we have the hotels over the beach, very, very close to the nesting grounds.
Notably, in late September, the Mexican government denied permission to a large hotel project near the nesting beach in Skasel.
People are seeing the impact of irresponsibility and what happens when you manage resources irresponsibly. And I think everybody wants to preserve this place, and I do see a shift.
What is the most Instagram motive of your guests?
The most Instagram, repeat the question?